baptized by the tide of history that won't lie down and die. Words from our own doo-doo to help us get by. The sacrifice of our daily bread, the hallowed be our domain. Forever and ever the powers use their glory to chain our minds again. Our lands turning into our men. The unicorn stands triumphant, but if we look a little closer, it's chained like a slave. The lion was crowned king of this land that it's only ever seen from behind bars in a cage. The history of the winning side written on every page. It's not as simple as being misled as us not wanting to see that most of us are born losers in the great society, fed on a diet of how grand things used to be. An empire, 2 world wars, and Wembley 66. But a Gordon Bank save couldn't save our ship. We were sinking like a brick till we were washed ashore in the South Atlantic. The unicorn stands triumphant, but if we look a little closer, it's chained like a slave. The lion was crowned king of this land that it's only ever seen from behind bars in a cage. The history of the winning side written on every page. And how can we as a people be so blind and taking so much but to close our minds and be so afraid of stepping over the line, to bury our heads in the sands of time, to champion those who take our everything, then pretend that none of this is happening, to turn away and start wondering how things could be any different. Living in the hope of a promise of a land fit for heroes' needs. The reason that if we've got so long, then at least we're white and free, hiding behind hand-me-down bigotry. A nation of jurors judging others by the color of a book that was written for us on our behalf, 'cause we can't be bothered to look beyond the headlines written verbatim by government crooks. And tell me, when is a lie not a lie when it's told by someone who owns the truth? And when is a joke not a joke when the punchline is the Union Jack boot? And when is a war not a war when those who started it know it can't be won? And when is a country not a country when it's partitioned and ruled by British guns? England, oh England, I'll never sing your praise for all the blood you shed in long gone days. You still can't put your mind to changing your ways. About Britain's first and virtually its last remaining colony is fighting with its very life to bring this monster to its knees. We can't see the wood from the trees who the monster is. Then how sands of time, to champion those who take our everything, then pretend that none of this is happening, to turn away and start wondering how things could be so different. The unicorn stands triumphant, but if we look a little closer, it's chained like a slave. The lion was crowned king of this land that it's only ever seen from behind bars.